Hey kiddos, as promised, we are going to walk you through about 5 examples just to make sure that you can use the staircase competently and know how to shift your decimal point. So let's get started. So we got number 1, we got 1.5 meters, we're going to kilograms. So I'm at the base, meters is the base, right? And I want to go to kilograms, 1, 2, 3. So 3 decimal places and 3 decimal places to the left. So 1, 2, 3. Let me just get rid of that to make sure no one gets confused by that number. Okay, so we move 3 places. My new decimal point is here. Okay, and that's 0.0015. And so my answer then is 0.0015 kilograms. Okay, 3 spaces to the left. Okay, don't worry about up or down. Worry about left or right. That's what you're going to be worried about. All right, so for the next one we're going to start at kilomoles. All right, so for the next one, we're going to start at kilomoles, which means I'm at kilo. I'm not starting at the base for once, okay? And I'm moving all the way down here to centi, okay? So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 decimal spaces to the right. Okay, so I'm going to give myself some room here for this. So I'm going to rewrite my 6.71 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places, put my decimal point, fill in the blanks with the 0, okay? And so my answer becomes this, 671,000 centimoles. You're like, that's really big. Well, yeah, that's the way that works. If I go from one of the bigger prefixes, okay, to one of the smaller prefixes, then my number is going to get commensurately larger, okay? So let's try another one like that. So this one's pretty similar to the last one, but let's just make sure that we got it. I'm going to rewrite this just to make sure that I've got space. Okay, and so we're at hecta. So hecto, we're going to milli. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll note that that's the same we did up here. Yeah, that's right, because 5 steps is the distance between hecto and milli, same as it was between kilo and centi. 5 spaces to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put my decimal point, fill in my zeros, and what we've got for our answer then is 4,820,000 milliseconds. Again, seems like a lot, but we went from a fairly large prefix down to a really small one. We're going to get a much larger one out of that. Okay, so let's work 2 more. All right, so 2 more quick examples. These ones I'm going to give you decimal ones instead of starting with bigger numbers because I think it's important that you see them both ways and know where to go. And I probably should have gone over this a little bit more at the beginning, but I didn't, so I'm going to talk about it now. Remember that what you're looking for is the first thing you need to do is identify what is the base. So it's seconds in this case. The second letter, or the last letter really more importantly, is probably your unit. And if it's there might have more than one letter in it, but typically speaking, that last letter is the unit, and then the one in front of it tells you what the prefix is. So in this case, I've got deciseconds right there. And I'm going 2 seconds, which means I'm going up only 1 spot in this particular case. So that means I'm going 1 place. Okay. That 1 place means that my new number is 0.00095 seconds. Okay, pretty straightforward. Again, this is the beauty of the SI system. It's just a simple decimal shift. We could have done conversion factors, and indeed later in the year we would, and I could have said, hey, there are 10 deciseconds in 1 second. Let's set up a conversion and cancel units. That's certainly possible, and we'll do stuff like that later, but it's not entirely necessary when all you're doing is shifting the units. Okay, so 1 decimal place and boom, we're done. All right, so let's do 1 more. All right, so for our last one, we're at centigrams. And we're going all the way down to milligrams. Remember, milli's that weird looking thing. It's a mu. Again, looks like a U with a tail or an M with a tail. I sort of draw mine a little differently. If you see it in a textbook, I think it really looks a little bit more U-like than I tend to draw it. Okay, but that's what we're talking about. That's a micro. Okay, so we're going from centi down to micro. We go 1, 2, 3, 4 places down. So 4 places to the right. So that means I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Put my new decimal point there. And so that means that I have 120 micrograms. And actually, if I'm going to do that properly, I should make sure that it is obvious that that is a little lowercase guy, micro. Please make sure that you put that tail in there for micro, though, because otherwise it sort of looks like a milli, and you don't want to make that simple mistake. Okay? So hopefully that answers or helps you to figure out a little bit more of how to actually do the conversions. Again, it's not the only way, but I think that it's the simplest way. The question that may arise for some of you all is, do I have to memorize the staircase? And the answer is, I guess, sort of. I think that learning the mnemonic might work for you in that case, or just practice. I think practice will probably get it into your brain where each thing goes into the staircase. If you feel like you need to memorize it, if that's how you work, then that's fine. If your memorization doesn't work as well for you, then practice, I think, will work well. Okay? Thanks a lot, kiddos.